time only z-axis, and the conditions for where this theoretical description actually works is we get low frequencies as the wavelength are similar as the size of the horn, and also that the horn is not such big. Also, I think that it involves something like infinitely top horn and such stuff which is not real, so there are some assumptions. Those are the results of numerical conversions. On the graph you can see the relative amplification dependency on the frequency. So basically you can see that from theory we've got response curve of the cone, and the peaks are around 4 and 13 parallel hairs. This is our equipment that we use for the measurement. We use high quality speaker, also high quality microphone, and external sound card. The speaker and microphone were most of the time 1 meter at the time. I will show that we've done also stuff like trying to investigate how this distance is actually, what was the impact of the distance on the sound. As a program to analyze the sound we used Audacity. Used sound. As a simple cone-shaped, horn-shaped object can be used to optimize the difference of the human voice to the remote listener. We actually thought about what is the human voice made of, and actually we've approximated it with white noise by the frequency of the human sound, such that we can get an idea what is going on with different voices. We used 5 horns with different materials, heights, lengths, and the angles, such as that we could investigate how it actually depends on the relevant parameters and confirm theory. This is our first data. You can see it as a log scale, so it is from Fourier transformation, so it's kind of clunky. But we can see that actually the theoretical peaks are kind of predicted, but moved for something. That's probably because of the assumptions of the infinite density of the horn. And overall, we think that our theory fits actually those two peaks, as it doesn't, as the preconditions doesn't work for higher frequencies or not with lower frequencies, such as, but we think that the theory works well in the range that it's good. Then we've got the second experiment when we try to confirm our theory that the sound is actually stimulated and targeted against the listener. So that's our results. On the point of view, you can see we're actually perfectly around the what is the amplification? There's a comparison between amplifications and different angles, and when we move the speaker all along the axis, it's in the same distance, so we could feel about it. Okay, at the beginning that's quite funky stuff, but then it actually stimulates the sound pretty well as it falls off on the higher angles. Also, as mentioned in the past, we've changed materials, so we could find the best property, the best material for the properties of the sound. And in theory, we would like to have lowest absorption property for this reason. So that's comparison between materials. But we can, yes, frankly, because it's a log scale. We can see that the plastic is actually very good at pretty every frequency. The paper was not such good because it wasn't thick enough, and the sandpaper, actually the surface isn't really clear, so that random collisions and those things are absorbing a lot of sound. Then we get experiment number 4, as we try to change the angle of the horn. We use 3 paper cones with different angles, and we think that it's wide range enough. That is data from this experiment, and we got an idea of what is happening. And actually, we can see that in the lower frequencies, the white horn is doing a good job, and it gets kind of almost random. But what we can see is that the 15 degrees is really tight. It doesn't really do anything. And if it's white, it kind of does good in those spectra, but also falls at the beginning and in the end. We think that overall, something in the middle is a good choice. Then we got experiment number 5, as we used the cone to measure acoustic output at different distances from the speaker. And what we've got is this graph, where you can see enchantment in decibels, there is frequency, and that's distance. So if you to understand this graph, imagine that the sun is approaching to you from up and down, and you can see how the spectrum changes. From some Hamilton principle, we can see that if we have high frequency sound and we try to kind of target it in so small area, it actually tries to spread quickly. So we can see that at high frequencies there's a quick fall off at the distances. But we feel like in the spectrum, this sound is actually targeted pretty well. So you can see that those 2 theoretical peaks are here as well. The conclusion, we mainly use qualitative explanation of the phenomenon. We used our own simulations and investigated a lot of relevant parameters. We got quite fit with the data in theory, and we found that optimal conditions when we got data of 43 degrees, and the sandpaper, if it is kind of smooth. Also, we've got the best parameters from our horns. Those are references, and that's all for me. Thank you for attention.
Thank you for your presentation. I have some quick questions. First of all, do you know the range of the human voice? What range of frequency can you hear? Okay, another question. Do you think the characteristics of the microphone matters for this experiment?
Yeah, actually yes.
And what are the characteristics of the microphone?
We measured the response curve, and all you can see is where we subtracted the.
How you manage to have the constant frequency of the sound?
We didn't have constant frequency of the sound. That's an amplitude on frequency.
Okay.
That's white noise. It has all frequencies the same.
Okay. How you measure the angle of the cone? And how you change the angle of the cone? Do you just make the cone and that's the angle of the cone, or something change it?
We made single cones because I don't think that if we only have one, we can change it.
Do you think the thickness of the cone matters in this phenomenon?
Yes, because the actually the theoretical description comes with infinite density of the cone.
Okay, how you managed to have the sound of 0 hertz? On every, okay. Does your every cone have the same thickness, made from different materials?
No, they don't.
Okay. Do you know assumptions on which is based the Webster code equation?
Yeah, the frequencies are low, so the waveforms are.
Do you think it matters what kind of medium there is?
What do you mean?
Okay, we'll discuss.
Okay.
I'm going to be a point for the column always. First, we can say the code. A simple cone-shaped or core-shaped object can be used to optimize the transfer of the human voice to remote listening. Investigating how the resulting acoustic output depends on relevant parameters such as shape, size, and material in the cone. First, let's move to the terminology. Reporter understood the phenomenon partially, and has some theoretical descriptions, and he was talking about the amplification of the sound. But on the other side, there were no demonstration of the phenomenon, and he didn't mention the acoustic impedance and the directivity control of the cone, which I consider it is really important for this phenomenon, and that is the main part for this phenomenon. Let's move on to the theory. He understood the change of the sound amplitude. He gave us the qualitative explanation and gave a prediction for limitations of the theory. But he didn't explain what makes cone special, and he didn't mention what will happen if the cone had some other shapes, like exponential and hyperbolic. He didn't give us the intuitive predictions for what is going on in the experiment, considering the chosen relevant parameters. So you didn't consider what will happen if you change the height of the angle of the cone. let's talk about the experiment. He did frequency variation, and he did variation of the materials. He used 3 different materials, which is good, and we found hard to change the material of the cone. He varied the angle of the cone, but he not so the biggest range we consider could be done. And he changed the distance from the speaker, and he measured the amplification of the sound, which we find important for this phenomenon. Well, he didn't talk about the comparison with theory. He only changed the angle of the cone. As I said, he didn't change the shape of the cone. He missing relevant characteristics of the equipment, such as the characteristics of the sound. And the results would be different if the sound was different. And he didn't explain the origin of the errors. In conclusion, he understood the basics of this phenomenon, and he varied the different parameters, but there was no matching between the theory and the experiment. And in discussion points, I would like to discuss about acoustic impedance and directivity control, which I consider it is really important for this phenomenon, and it's really phenomenon exists because of those two phenomena. I want to discuss about the changing and the measuring of the angle, which the reporter didn't answer in the short questions. I want to talk about the characteristics of the microphone and the importance of the characteristics of the microphone. I want to talk what will happen if the height of the cone was changing. Would the amplification would be some kind different? And I want to talk about the deformation of the paper, or if it's relevant in the experiment with the sound, the sound. And I want to talk about the physics behind the results. I want to ask a reporter to do the discussion. Okay. First, I want to talk about the acoustic impedance. First, do you know what acoustic impedance is?
That is the thing when the sound travels through some air, or you can hit the wood, and if there's a change of the material and the acoustic impedance, some sound might be reflected or absorbed.
Okay. Do you think the acoustic impedance is important for this phenomenon?
Yeah, because actually that's the reason why the horn works, as the change of acoustic impedance on the surface of the horn makes the sound.
How the acoustic impedance changes through the horn? Is it increasing, decreasing if the sound is going through the horn?
I have no idea. So.
Okay, I think the acoustic impedance will be decreasing as the sound is going through the horn. So I think it is really important. The acoustic impedance gives us, important that energy is more transformed through the air for our experiment, and it's really important for the optimization of the sound. First, I want to talk about the directivity control. Do you think that this phenomenon it's important for this experiment?
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
Because actually, if you would not direct the sound, it would not affect all of that. I think that is the main reason why it works. As we direct the sound towards the listener.
Okay, so you said that if we change the the cross section area of the mouth of the corn, it will have some different directivity control, and the amplification of the sound will be different.
Yeah.
So you think that amplification of the sound depends on the angle of the corn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think that you could, somehow do experiment in the bigger range of the angles, so you can see that directivity control is main part for this experiment?
I think I should have done that, but actually you have, for new experiment, you have to make a new cone. If you want to change so wide range of parameters, it might be kind of hard.
Okay, I want to talk about how you measure the angle of the cone.
I think that the change, actually the error of the angle is not such important.
But how you measure the angle of the cone? change the angle of the cone. You just build a new cone and you get the angle.
No,
new angle.
you can see our aperture is movable, so we can place that in different. So you can see it's on the stand, so you can just move that, and it's
Move what?
the microphone is on the stand, so you can move the microphone.
I'm not talking about this angle. I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay.
the angle of the cone.
We measured that with geometry, something small stuff, like not normal. It's not ruler, something like that.
Okay. To move on, I want to talk about the characteristics of the microphone and why is that important. Do you know some of the characteristics of the microphone which is important for this experiment?
Actually, it accepts different frequencies at different intensities, but actually we've neglected this effect because when we've got a frequency graph like this, and then we've going to get like this, and then actually we subtracted those, so we've got like, okay, there is a peak and there is a peak, and actually that kind of neglected that effect of the.
We are talking about the amplification here.
Yeah, that's the raw amplification of the sound. That's in principles, and that is what we've got in graphs is relative change.
Do you think if you use another microphone, the results will be different?
I don't think that I could change that a lot.
Okay, in my opinion, you could measure the SNR, sound to noise ratio, which is important characteristics of the microphone. It really gives you in which range of frequency the amplification of the sound will be better, and in which range of frequency the noise is the lowest. So I think that if you use the different microphone, the results will be different. I want to talk about the height of the cone. Do you think the height of the cone in this picture page? Do you think that it matters? Do you think the amplification of the sound would be different if the height of the cone was different? That you vary the height of the cone. And what do you expect to get if we vary the height of the cone?
I believe that if we would use a bigger cone, actually we could be targeting the voice with better accuracy, but we didn't change this parameter.
Okay, do you think it's a relevant parameter?
Yeah, I think it's relevant.
Okay. I want to talk about the deformation of the paper. Does your paper deforms during the experiment?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't.
How you can be so sure?
Speaking of, also it had a construction around.
Okay. Does your microphone was in the center, or you just consider it was in the 1 meter away, so it doesn't matter where it was placed?
Yeah, it was in the center. Yeah.
Okay.
In the center, yeah, we changed the answer where it actually was.
Okay. You changed the distance between the cone and the microphone.
Yeah.
Do you think that if the microphone was 10 centimeters away from the cone, it would be important where the microphone is, or it would
Yeah,
be?
I think that would matter a lot, but we didn't investigate this part of the phenomenon because we want to transfer it for some level, so we didn't think it's so relevant.
Okay. You said the thickness of the material is important.
Yeah.
But you said that the material you used, they weren't the same thickness.
It's hard to find and create those materials the same thickness, so we can't be very sure that they're all the same.
Okay. In this experiment, in this graph, we see the theory and the data.
Yeah.
How you intuitive? How do you intuitive think that these results compares to each other? And how do you intuitive think that it is logical for you in physical way?
Actually, as you look at the Webster-Hahn equation, it works in somewhere around here.
Okay.
So you can see that actually that there's something like that could fit. As you can see that there are two peaks that are slightly moved, but actually kind of we think that it's well demonstrated.
Okay. I want to talk about the experiments. Can you go to slide 12? Okay. Here you change the rotary angle.
Yeah.
You mean the angle where the microphone is?
Yeah.
Okay. How you say that this was the expected results due to the theory?
we think that if the sound is directed, actually,
Okay.
as if I had blind first, it actually tells that the intensity would be like all the same in all directions.
Okay.
But if we kind of direct the sound, as we would have got like a peak where we're directing. So that was what we were trying to confirm.
So you expected that different angles, whether the angle is bigger, you will have the smallest amplification, yeah?
Probably yes.
And so you think that it's due to the relativity control?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have results for the frequency of 0 hertz. How you managed to do that?
Actually, that's
Okay, never mind. We have this here where the amplification is below 0. How you explain that?
it's an constant. So we put the angle 0 at the 0 mark, so we can see, okay, that's what is in the middle.
Yeah, but amplification here is difference between the sound intensity with and without the cone.
Yeah.
So we expected the cone gives
No,
us a louder voice.
It's not like trying to compare with and without cone. That's
Okay.
all data with cone with different angles.
Okay, but here this is not the amplification of the sound. This is the intensity of the sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about one last thing. You said that the assumption for the Webster equation is just loud frequencies and small. I don't know. Like, do you think there's some other assumption behind it?
Infinite. What's that?
Okay, how you managed to have this 0 hertz? Because there is no sound and you have the results here.
That's from the transformation.
No, there is no sound in the 0 hertz. There is nothing to produce the sound. How you managed to get the results?
Different. Actually, you can see it ends here. I think that's not the wrong one.
Thank you. I want to thank the report for the discussion. First, I want to thank in the discussion we figured out that acoustic impedance is important for this phenomenon, but he didn't say that in the presentation, and we think that it is important for the optimization. In relation to the relativity control, amplification of the sound depends on the angle. We agree with that, and we agree that the relativity control is important for this phenomenon. He doesn't know what was measured when I asked him about, and he didn't know the assumptions on which the Webster equation is based on, and I think that is really important. He neglected the characteristics of the microphone, which I think it is really important. And in the graphs you can see he wrote the enhancement and it's amplification of the sound, and it's really the intensity of the sound. And I think that it is really important to see what the amplification of the sound is. Okay, thanks.
Dear reporter, can you please open the slide which is named used sound, and when we open it, just question for the book, do the different frequencies amplify for the different values?
What?
Do the different frequencies amplify for the different values?
Different.
Is the amplification of different frequencies different?
Yeah.
And to the point?
Yes.
And okay, and your political explanation is based on the decrease of the area at which the sound goes, yes?
About this phenomenon that the frequencies.
No. Your political explanation says that we hear it louder because the area at which energy goes is smaller, yes?
That we direct the sound towards the listener.
Okay, and why then we have different amplification for different frequencies?
Because the horn actually directs different frequencies differently.
I got it. And your opinion, please?
Yeah, I think the application of the sound depends on the frequency of the sound.
And why it is,
Well,
it happens?
due to the difference of the acoustical impedance, where the acoustical impedance.
I got it, thank you. On this slide, dear reporter, can you prove that the sound that your microphone produced was, that your speaker produced was actually this sound?
No, it wasn't. Actually, we've done a similar thing as with the microphone. We've tried the response
I got
curve.
it. So can you please open the slide number 12, please? Slide. I got it. And the next one? Okay. And on one of the slides, that the only influence of the material is that it has different absorption properties. So is there any other influence of the material?
Probably yes.
And what is it?
The density, as the equation.
I got it. To the opponent, the same question.
I think the absorption is the main point when we change the material, and I think.
And what about impedance?
Well, I think impedance in the horn does matter for the material.
I got it. And can you open the slide with the 3D diagram of the amplification
Yeah.
from the, please? What does the scala stands for?
What?
What does the scala stands for?
For intensity in decibels.
And the z-axis is also for the intensity.
This actually is frequency. This is distance, and you can and that on the y is intensity, and you can imagine like the sound will travel
And
from up to you.
intensity is shown by the both by the scale and by the color.
Yeah.
I got it. Dear colleagues, my name is Andrei Shusharin. I'm a captain of the Russian team, and I'm happy to present you our review to the problem number 7, loud voices. Here you can see the statement of the problem, and now let us move on to the results the reporter got. At first, he had explained why the sound increases, and he said only about, in his report, he said only about that the area at which the sound goes is smaller. So this explanation gives us the understanding of why the sound amplifies, but it doesn't give the reasons of why the sound of different frequencies amplifies by different values. So, and this, why his quality of explanation didn't give us a lot. Then he presented us some equation which he took from the literature, but that was able to predict the amplification depending on the frequency, and we didn't get from which assumptions this equation was obtained and what it actually describes. It's just a decrease of the area, or maybe something related with the impedance. Yeah, then there was some parametric investigation, like on shape and form and others and others. So at the base, strong points of the report is that he explained why the amplification occurs and talked about why it happens like an angle on the cone. Then he made a lot of tries to compare his theory and experiment, but actually we saw that they match not very well, and this is wasn't analyzed properly. So he said just few things about it. And then he didn't have any qualitative explanation of why different frequencies have different amplifications, and this is the main not best part of the report. Then we saw that he actually wasn't able to present that very well. Some less important things you can see on the slide. So if we talk about the task fulfillment, we can say that he built a simple cone, but optimization there were some attempts, but it wasn't full because like no theoretical predictions for that. Then he investigated what it changed, and some parameters you can see also. So the problem was solved, but just partially. Now to the opponent. He noticed that qualitative explanation, and the best part of his opposition for me is that he brought the question about the acoustic impedances, because this allows us to understand why different frequencies amplify by different value. Then he said about good experimental stuff, and he didn't explain some strange results of the report. Now, if we move to the discussion, then the first question was the question about the impedances and what the impedance is and how it changes the effect and how it affects the sound. Well, I think that just saying that impedance of the system affects the sound is not enough, and it was actually what's said. So we didn't hear why it affects and how it affects and what it changes if we take different impedances and so on. So I think this question was important, but it wasn't discussed properly. Then they talked about some experimental methods of the reporter, so they about the measurement of the angle, and we think that this measurement is enough. Then they talked about the microphone, which is also important, but I think that talking only about microphone is not enough in this problem, because there are no dynamics that can produce the clear white noise, so the white noise should be added. So then they talk about the deformation of the material and how it's caused and how it's appears. Then they talked about why the enchantment is lower than 0, and the reasons for that weren't explained properly. So, thank you.
Okay, for conclusion, I would like to say that our vector quantum equation works for low frequency, small horn, and infinite density. We've done a lot of experiments, changed a lot of relevant parameters, got our prediction for the frequencies depending on the Webster-Hall equation. Yeah, we've got some relating between the data and theory, and we've actually tried to kind of try to describe why was the phenomenon happening, and to find and confirm that with various types of experiments. We've measured a lot of data. Yeah, and we've found the best or the optimal conditions for the horn. I think that the discussion was quite good. I accept that I don't know everything about the theory, about the science. Also, I think that I've investigated a lot of parameters and trying to quantify how they will change. talk about the problem. Okay, thank you.
So we have now 5 minutes for jury questions. I have a question. On page 6 of your report, you have this differential equation.
Yeah.
And the
Wait a
next
second.
following page, you have a prediction for the amplification.
Yeah.
How did you get from the differential equation to this prediction?
And numerical.
How?
With simulation.
Yeah, but how? And what did you simulate there? Because I mean, the element of this differential equation, I think, is the pressure. But what you predict is the frequency as the amplification as a function of the frequency. So what do you have to do numerically or however to get from this differential equation to this prediction of the amplification as a function of
Actually, I didn't do it. Some clever guys did it for me in the university.
And do you have some idea how this could be done? Just that you don't need to tell me exactly how the program works, but what steps you have to take approximately.
If the showing of some changes the intensity of air and the pressure, so maybe that.
So, to the reporter, what was the typical distance between the horn and the microphone, and where did you do the experiments? Inside, outside, and what was the distance?
The distance was usually 1 meter, and we did it inside a building, and it was really.
How big was the room?
Yeah, and then we had the acoustic laboratory also. So there was in studio,
Studio, okay.
even in studio, so there was no noise from around.
Okay. And do the opponent and the reviewer agree that distance 1 meter is a good choice for this task?
I didn't hear the first question because you
So
told.
the distance between the horn and the microphone was about 1 meter according to the reporter. Do you think this is a good choice of the distance, or would you go lower, higher distance?
Yeah, but first, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that 1 meter is the best choice because you will see the phenomenon of the directivity of the control. It's not, it can't be seen at the 1 meter from the horn, and I think the microphone should be closer to the cone to see what.
Even closer to the horn, to
Yeah,
observe the effect of the enhancement.
Yeah,
of
to
the
observe the
noise.
effect of the directivity control and
Okay.
how the acoustic impedance changes.
Does
in
the
horn.
reviewer agree?
I think that 1 meter is enough for observation.
I think that if we would have better or bigger laboratory, we could change that, but then we have some other reflectance of the noise, so maybe that was the problem.
I have the question for the opponent. Can you explain what is impedance?
Impedance, acoustical impedance.
Acoustic impedance.
Yeah, it's the ratio between the pressure of the sound and the particle velocity at its connection point.
So is it depending on the frequency?
Well, yeah, but that formula can't say as how.
How about the reporter? Can you explain the impedance, or you agree with the opponent?
I think I agree.
How about the reviewer?
I agree with the definition of the impedance given by opponent.
Question about the impedance. Can you, because as a reviewer, I think you criticized that
Speak louder,
yes,
please.
you criticized in your review that there was that the discussion about the impedance was quite technical, and that there was no.
Excuse me?
In your review, you criticized that the discussion about the impedance was rather technical and didn't show qualitatively how impedance affects the amplification of the frequencies. Could you yourself tell us an explanation why impedance changes the amplification of the frequencies?
Well, yes. It's caused by the not rapid change between the acoustic impedance of the horn and the air. So, like when the sound travels from the zone with high acoustic impedance to the low, it has a very big, it decreases very much, and if the change of it just goes slowly, then the change is not so big because change is not so big, and because the horn is just an area where the acoustic impedance changes slowly, and so it goes from the high, which is our voice, and then it goes to the low, which is the end of the horn.
It's 5, 7, 6, 6, and 7. It's 8, 6, 6, 6, and 8. said, I think the main thing that was missing for me in the report was, first of all, a clear separation between the directional amplification, which is running to and the amplification in terms of frequencies. And I think you also had the theory for that second part, but you didn't kind of point it out in your qualitative explanation at all. So it would have been nice also to have qualitative, intuitive understanding of it. And for the theory, of course, you have to, even if you're not able to do the numerics yourself, you have to know what is behind the theory on the one hand, what assumptions go into the theory. And even after that, you also have to be able to kind of get observables out of the theory, like the amplification of quantum frequencies. You need to at least sketch the way you get there. So that was the main. But otherwise, you did nice experiments, you had nice parameter variations. You looked at the right observables. You could have made it a bit clearer what amplification precisely means in these things, but experimentally, I think it was.
Maybe you just want to think it's often not clear what exactly the enhancement is, because sometimes it was negative also, and whether it's actually the phenomenon that we want to observe when the enhancement is negative. So I like the bit of like actually looking at the numbers that you have in there and saying like, is this what I want to see? Because if this is even worse than without the horn, then I'm not sure if that's the right phenomenon to observe. And also, overall, I was a bit concerned about the distance between the microphone and the horn, because as I understood the phenomenon, like when someone is far away outside and you shout at them like this, then you can clearly hear the difference between just shouting without and doing this. And when someone's 1 meter away, it's not such a difference. So that's why I was expecting, at least if you all of you feel that 1 meter is enough, then I would like to hear why. Maybe that's too old.
The answer on.
You can discuss with them. For the opponent, I gave the lowest score of 5. So I think that there were actually a lot of good things to say about the content of the discussion. But I think you missed the for me, most relevant points about the report. So I would have liked to see a discussion about theory in a more intuitive fashion as well. So that, especially when this for me, the most striking point in the report was really where you had the differential equation, you suddenly got the implication. I think you have to, if you don't understand that, don't be afraid. Ask the reporter to explain it. And also the discussion about the weaknesses. So I would have liked that to be a more understanding level also for me, so I can understand it without knowing the technical terminology. It was a decent.
Maybe also I have a feeling that you are focusing on not maybe that relevant things in discussion, like how they measure the angle, and like if the thickness of the paper and how it was, if it was moving or not. But I feel that there were much more crucial points discussing. Maybe the prioritization in the discussion for me wasn't ideal.
The discussion, in general, in my opinion, discussion looked like kind of like something, question answer, and you sometimes forgot to give your own opinion. You got the answer from the reporter, but you didn't give your own opinion. I was missing this.
For the review, what was the lowest of the review? What was it? Sixes. And 2 8s. Okay. Yeah, let's start with the highest.
We did the highest.
We gave the highest.
Yeah. So I think the review will show some significant physics in this problem, and you can explain it really well. So that's why so.
I think you gave a very good summary of some of the missing points that were very important to me. You also proved
not enough to point out the reports and opponents' negative side. It's not enough for me. Understand what I mean? Okay, first of all, for example, previously the colleagues proposed that the distance should be pointed out, right? You should talk about why the distance is important. And also, you need to point out why this is the angle. They talk about the angle, it's not relevant. You need to point out why.